Cosmic album. It's on your seat. Everyone, Cosmic on your seat right
Oh,
now.
he's having his Oprah work.
kidding.
You get a CD and you get a CD. Your label would be very upset with you. They'd be like, sir, maybe a single, maybe a song. So, give it up one more time for Bazzi. Busy guy out here running around the country, the world. Does anybody follow this guy on Instagram? So then you guys all saw him posing in that really pretty blue water. Did you see that picture? I was like, hashtag rose all day. He was in the Bahamas. So something tells me you've grown fond of like the South Florida area, yes?
Yeah. No, whenever I have to come to Miami, it's like, yeah. I spent New Year's in Miami.
Ooh.
Dark times.
So I have to tell you, we've been talking about you for some months now. I think a couple of your friends were here a while ago, Jack and Jack. And I got to tell you, Jack G was a little in his feelings about your writing abilities. He was like, bro, that son of a you-know-what is such a great writer. Like, it puts me in my feels. Did he not, right? Wasn't he talking about that? And then it was funny because all these girls out here were yelling, mine. And Jack was kind of like, y'all didn't even know about mine before a couple months ago. So it was funny because they were like, yes, we did. So the point is, you've clearly been doing this for a while. You kind of started in that YouTube space and vining and the covers. But now you're out here with one of the biggest songs of the year. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
What is that like for you?
It's honestly really, you know, what's the word? It's really fulfilling. Because, like, I've been trying to do this since I was 14 years old, you know? Like, uploading YouTube covers and just, like, any hustle I can, trying to get people, you know what I mean, to hear my music and to pay attention. And, you know, I always believed even when, like, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, I look back at some of these YouTube covers, I'm like, Jesus Christ, who let me put that out? But it's okay because it's a part of building the story. So, you know, 6 years later to, you know, finally have that success and finally be able to reach and touch people with my music, it's truly beautiful.
You know, something I love about having, you guys know, you've been to a lot of these things before. I like to do my research and I like to dig.
Yeah, you probably know all these people, but like,
I do. No, but can I tell you something though? They are so passionate about the music and about you guys as artists. Like,
no, that's like for me is my favorite thing about my fans. It makes me like really love them is that they care so much about the music.
Yeah.
Like some people are fans of like other artists because of like maybe like how they look or like, you know, like TV shows they've done, whatever it is. But like my fans genuinely like listen to every song and like they like because of that they know me really well because I put like a lot of like who I am in my music.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, we've heard a lot. We had Dua Lipa for hit sessions, and it was funny because as I was literally digging up you guys were using a lot of the same words. Authenticity, honesty, you know, being, I don't want to use the word real because it's kind of become cliche at this point, but really just taking whatever's in your heart, whatever's in your soul, whatever's kind of happening in your mind and putting it on a piece of paper and not being afraid to share that. Yeah. And it kind of gives you a different level of connection, I think, with your fans because at the end of the day, we really do all kind of go through the same things.
Yeah, I just want to show people we're so much more alike than we think we are. Like, we're all so divided and we're so afraid to connect and to be together. But, like, music is cool because it just kind of shuts everyone up. You know what I mean? Like, if it's your favorite song, it's your favorite song. Yeah. It doesn't matter what color skin you have or where you're born or your financial status. Like, music connects people and brings people together, and that's the best part about it, in my opinion.
Boom. And P.S., he's drinking a nice coffee, and he's not bougie about it either, guys.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't come in here talking about, can I get a Starbucks? Can I get a whatever? He's like, no, I'll just take a coffee and a little ice. We'll make it work.
No, I'm addicted to I'll drink any form of coffee. Like, anything. You can hit me be like, yo, this has been, like, outside for 2 days. I'm like, all right.
It's cool. Do you give it a little sniff? You smell it? It smells fine. All right, so this is how this works. We got some questions from the audience. So, Dia, go ahead.
So, Lorianne has a question for you, and since you guys are matching...
Okay, hey. Is this Lorianne right here? Hey, Lorianne.
By the way, she's a vet at Hits Live, so she's going to come with it, I promise.
Okay. She hits me with some, like, super deep stuff. Just like, okay.
Since gaming...
Oh, now she wants to be shy.
How have you adapted to the benefits and consequences of it?
I think fame is such a funny thing because it's really not real. You know what I mean? I really like to just like completely disregard it and pay no attention to it because it's like fame is just like ego for me to be like, oh, I'm famous. Like it's like no, like you've done something that people like and like you've gotten a lot of people to listen to it, but that doesn't make me better than anyone. So I completely just ignore it. I want to continue, you know, like feeling like I'm not famous because it gives me honest stuff to talk about my music and relate with like, you know, my fans and my listeners, but I don't really let it faze me. It's just like people who do live in like La La Land. It's just not real. So, yeah.
Good answer.
Golf clap.
Now, where is Kelvin? Kelvin, are you out here with a question? Yes.
Right here. Yes. Caesar.
Caesar.
Got a question for you. He's 18.
I'm happy you told me the age. Good.
So my question is that I know you're like originally from like Michigan, right? Yeah. But do you have any like different cultural background like in your family that? And has that influenced your music in any way?
100%. Great question, Caesar. That's 18. Yeah, I'm Lebanese.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, Arabic culture has definitely influenced me and my music a lot. Just by I think it's like the honesty of the culture. Like Arabic people are really honest to each other. Like I remember like it kind of be mean sometimes. Like when I was younger, we would like go to like my aunt's house and they'd look at my mom and be like, oh, like you put on weight, and she'd be like, and I'd be like,
you can't say that.
But no, it's that honesty though that I think has definitely lingered into my music. Good question, Caesar, 18.
Now, I love the fact that you made the sweetest birthday shout out to your dad on Twitter. Like you wrote, when I tell you went into your notes and you wrote, right? It was longer than some of your songs.
Yeah.
It was like, I read it word for word and it was so amazing. But can you talk a little bit about that? Because I don't know if everybody in here knows your story. Like Pops kind of just packed up and was like, bruh, on a wing and a prayer, let's go.
That's my best friend. The funniest thing about that post is like, so I finished personal training in LA and I was like in an Uber back to my house. And I like started just typing it out. And then it just started like pouring out, and I like started like crying and stuff. And the Uber driver was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But it's crazy. Me and my dad have been through so much. We've really been on this journey together. He's, you know, believed in me and just instilled confidence in me since I can remember, like truthfully. And you know, we've just kind of been on this road since the very start together. He used to take me to singing auditions for TV shows, and you know, like. Anything and everything we could do to like, you know, make this dream come true, he was totally a part of. And now it's really fun times, you know, being able to celebrate and look at something and be like, okay, like, you know, we've made some progress.
What's the coolest thing you've done for your dad since, you know, getting to this next level in the journey?
I don't know. I guess I'm a bad son.
Not at all.
No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I'd say, like, definitely one of the coolest things is my dad, like, went to, like, 5 of the shows on my tour.
Very cool.
Like, he would just, like, pull up in the most random cities and just, like, come watch. Because, like, that's what makes him so happy. But a cool thing is, I had a cool thing, but I forgot what it was.
It's okay. It might come to you. Have a few more sips of your coffee.
Yeah, I got to wake up a little bit.
Now, something that is cool, though, is the fact that literally, as soon as you dropped your album, some pretty big names that I'm pretty sure you probably grew up listening to started tweeting about it. Like, I know I saw Louis Tomlinson was just talking about beyond the song being dope. Who knows who Louis Tomlinson is? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, he was saying that you have a whole new sound. Like, literally, there is a Bazzi sound. Camila Cabello is like, this album's going to be on repeat. Like, it's amazing. Mine will be my song for forever. What is that like as a new artist? Because you are a new artist. You know, you've been doing the YouTube covers, but this is like your first big foray into the music scene. To have people that are at that level tweeting about your music, talking about collaborating with you, and just being in love with what you're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool. I mean, just you know, see anyone that's done it on a big scale, like give respect to someone who's just getting into it is always really cool and always really special.
For sure.
Yeah.
But is there anybody, you don't really collaborate. You're not a collabo guy.
No, I will be.
Will you really
though?
Yeah.
No, the whole thing I wanted to do with Cosmic is to make sure that like I had established who I was before I like teamed up with anyone. You know?
Got you.
I wanted people to be like, all right, that's Bazzi, and then anything else you like. I want like my branding to be like really understood. I want people to get to know me before I like put myself with someone else. You know? She's like,
well, you know, it's funny. There's a song, and I can't remember it right now, but in Who Listens to The Ride at 5 with LP and me, like our mix show that we do on the radio station. So we get to play newer music sometimes. And there's a song out right now, and I literally text Al. I was like, yo, Bazzi's here. What is the song that I always say sounds like it's a Bazzi record? Like, so when we talk about that sound, literally there's somebody else out there, and immediately when I heard it, I thought of you, I thought of mine. And that's a pretty big deal when literally people are automatically associating a sound of music or the way somebody delivers with an artist. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, you said you heard a song?
There's a song that we're playing, and I can't remember it. It's not Drew Barrymore. It's a song that we're playing right now, but it's not your song. But it's got this sound.
Someone's jockeying.
They are. No, but that's a compliment because, I mean, it really is a unique delivery that you have, and it is something new in pop music, and I know that that's something that you intentionally set out to do. But Dia, go ahead. I know you have some great questions.
Sabina Cartagena has a question for you. I'm behind you, girl.
How old is she?
Okay. How does your personality vary from day to night?
Ooh, good question. I think I become a little bit more evil around nighttime. No, I'm kidding. Man, I get like so anxious at nighttime. Like I like the daytime so much more, but that kind of changes like every couple months. And I'm like, I'm a nighttime guy. But right now, I'm like, I love the daytime. I love when the sun's out and like you're like up and I'm drinking coffee. But then the nighttime comes and like I lay in bed and I like my head races with thoughts for like 2.5 days and I can never sleep. So I'd say I'm more of a daytime guy, even though that wasn't the question.
Calvin, where are you at?
Yes, right here. We had a question from Flor.
Flor.
Hi. What's something you always do before performing?
Manuka Honey. Where's Jordan? Jordan knows. That's my tour manager. Everyone say hi.
Hey,
to Jordan.
Jordan, right? Was that the name? Hey.
Jordan's like my dad, pretty much.
Where's his post?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We wait for like a birthday or something. There's this like certain honey that I always just like use before I sing or do anything. Yeah, Manuka Honey. Yeah.
So there you go, Manuka Honey. Any singers in here, maybe give it a go. I want to go back to you talking about it at night, though, because we were having a conversation downstairs, and after listening to your album, Cosmic, from beginning to end, multiple times, I said, Bazzi seems like that guy that'll... Anybody ever heard of Twitter After Dark?
Okay.
Bazzi seems like a Twitter After Dark kind of guy.
Okay.
But come sun time, like, you know, when the sun comes up, you're like, nope, never said that. Don't know what you're talking about. Somebody hacked my account. That's the vibe that I get from your music. I mean, who heard 3:15 or 3:15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
If you heard the song.
No, you just know. That's like the weird thing. Like, I was in one of these shows and someone's like, what did you write Cartier about? And I was like, just listen to it. I don't know. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, lyrically, though, it's funny. If I were to put you out there with people, it really is this different level of honesty. And I know you've referred numerous times to the fact that pop music is kind of at this weird place right now. Like, everybody's really loving hip-hop, and pop music used to kind of be this contrived, really feel-good sound. And you said you want to kind of resurrect pop, but you're clearly not making bubblegum music.
No, not at all. I'm obsessed with, like, the grit and the honesty that music has, because we don't, like, hear a quote-unquote perfect song and, like, cool, like, I felt that. You may enjoy it. It may be catchy, but, like, it's not something that you can relate and feel to. And I remember, I was just talking about this with someone yesterday, is that Alone was the first song I ever made as Bazzi. And I remember I had been writing songs for, like, a year and a half. That's just what I did as a career for other people and other artists. And I made Alone, and that was the first time I was just, like, really brutally honest in a song. And it, like, changed my entire approach to, like, making music. I just wanted to make music that, like, I could actually put feeling into. And I feel like since I've done that, like, everything has changed for me tenfold. But
well, no, I mean, you definitely connect, and like I said, I think everybody can relate. Dia, she's got a stack of questions, bruh.
Valeria has a question for you.
Valeria.
My question is, well, I know you're a storyteller with your music, and I love that you went on tour with Camila. So my question is, what was your favorite part of touring with her?
Yeah. Favorite part was probably just Camila. Like, she's like the nicest person. Like, it's funny because like people like, like you can act however you want on social media and like come across to be however you want people to see you. But like Camila is real life, like just a really nice girl. Like, she was so welcoming, and her whole team was so kind to me the entire time. And she's super talented, and I know she's gonna keep killing it for a while. Yeah.
Isn't that always great to hear when you hear that about an artist and that they are exactly who they kind of put out into the universe? I think it's difficult to be fake these days, though.
No, you can't. Like, you will just get caught. See, that's why I just am so honest in my music, because you can never be like, oh. And I'm like, no, I already said it.
Like, Kachi, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Go back. Listen to the album. It's there.
Yeah.
I love it.
I told you already.
Right? I put it all. Twitter after Bazzi after dark. That's going to be a new hashtag.
Album number 2, Bazzi After Dark.
There you.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you something. If that ends up being what it is.
Okay, you'll get your publishing.
Back here. No, I don't even want that. You just have to come here. We need an official release party or something.
Yeah.
Kelvin, I know you have another question too.
We got a question here from Brooke.
Hi. What is your most memorable fan moment?
Love it. Don't look at Jordan.
No, I'm looking at Jordan and Andrea. In my most memorable fan moment. Can I tell it? No? Okay, never mind.
Uh-oh. He got the nope. That just got shut down, by the way. That wasn't me.
No.
That got shut down from the back of the room.
Yeah, you guys will hear. No, it was a really recent one. It was like super recent. So like, it wasn't the most memorable. It was probably the craziest. I almost died. I'm kidding. Most memorable fan experience. Actually, yesterday, I don't know if it was the most memorable, but it was really sweet. So I tweeted, I don't know, I just felt like shit yesterday, and I tweeted I was sad. Was that you? Okay, I love you. Yeah, here she is. And then she brought me like a jar of like a bunch of like my fans like sent in little notes and like letters and stuff, and like I actually like sat and read a bunch of them, and it definitely made me feel like much better. Like, that's a cool thing about music is like I can make something for you guys and for my fans, and then you guys just give me back like kindness and love, and it's the perfect exchange. Yeah. Shout out to you.
No tears. No tears.
No tears. And then yesterday she was dancing like crazy too. She was hitting the meanest, like, I don't even know. She just grooving.
Okay. So you knew what to expect when she got the mic. You already kind of had an idea.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This one
I
like,
thought she was about to start freestyling or something, to be honest. I was ready for you to start spitting, but you didn't. It's cool.
I was actually going to ask you, like, if you could only have one, because I know you're a visual person, so you love your gram, but Twitter is kind of where people go to kind of pour their souls out to strangers. Like, people say the craziest stuff on Twitter, but it's kind of like you can. You know what I mean? So if you could only have one, which one would you rock with?
Probably MySpace. I'm kidding.
Yep. Boy.
I'd probably stick with Instagram.
Really?
Because like on Instagram you can still have captions. You could have like both. I could give you a picture and give you some facts with it too.
Yeah. Or you could literally just put words as your picture, like if you were feeling away.
Exactly.
Sad RN. That was the
Sad
tweet.
RN, there it was.
I saw it.
You know me better than I know myself.
I saw it.
Good shit.
No, and with that said, I know who wants to hear Bazzi sing. I know we want to hear Bazzi sing.
Everyone's like, no.
No.
All right, well, I'll just leave.
But what I really love about you is to be such a young soul. You always point out that age is really nothing but a number. It is all about your mental state. But you talk a lot about like the laws of attraction and how you thought your whole life, you already knew this was going to happen. You saw it. So for any young people out there, it doesn't matter if you want to be in music, it doesn't matter if you want to be in entertainment. Talk a little bit about that, manifestation and the laws of attraction, because I think that's dope.
I mean, I feel like people just like overthink things too much, They think that things are too far out of their reach when things are so probable, and like if someone has done it, it's possible. That's a cool thing about inspiration. But yeah, I mean, that's my whole life. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to be this, and I've always told myself I was this when I definitely was not. But eventually, after just consistency and hard work and self-belief, most importantly, mostly everything and anything you want is possible. And I'm such a firm believer of that. Like, I really believe that if in my mind, like, I thought I was capable of being the president, like, I would just do it. I would be the president. But I don't want to be, so.
We're about to have Bazzi
2028. 2028. Give me 8 more years.
She's like, I'm going to do music for a few more.
Yeah.
I'm having fun right now.
Yeah. My candidacy is going to be announced soon, so.
And probably on
Miami,
Twitter.
you better vote for me.
You got it. I mean, hey, if they voted for Harambe, you know what I mean? You never know.
Wait, was Harambe? That's hilarious.
Yes, they did. Anyway. So with that said, I know you're also already working on new music, right?
Yeah.
So, bro, I mean, he just gave us 16 tracks on your album?
16 tracks, yeah. See, people like, yeah.
So funny.
People like, I have to make music. Like, some people do it because it's like, oh, it's time for another album. Or like, we got to put something out. But like, I just make it like because I need to. Like, I genuinely love it. Like, most of Cosmic was made never with me being like, I can't wait to give this to people. Like, I was literally just like getting my heart broken and like talking about it, like a therapy session. And that's like 70% of Cosmic happened like that. So, yeah.
Well, and there was some not heartbreak on that album
Yeah.
too. There were some other things happen on Cosmic.
That's the other 30%.
Well, anyway, we can't wait to get the new music. We're loving what we've got, but I mean, who's excited to get more new music from Bazzi, right? And maybe some collaborations, who knows?
Yeah, very soon.
Maybe you'll team up with your boys, Jack and Jack. Maybe. Look, sip that coffee. Go ahead. Who's ready to see Bazzi perform, everybody? You ready?
All right, you guys